What's going on, everybody? Trev Wilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench today. Friggin' finally, booze news. Maker's Mark BRT being released, officially announced. Like, we've been waiting for this year's wood finishing series, the BRT-01. Well, guess what? Watch this. This is what? Friggin' BRT-1 and 2 being released together. That's right. Now, right here on the front of the Maker's Mark website. I also got an email from Maker's Mark. They love to email me because I am so important. And I'm an ambassador, which is totally free and not that important to do, but it makes me feel special. And then here it is on their website. So, like booze news, let's get some handy dandy FAEO2 2021 wood finishing series in the glass. Let's go over what to expect from these bottles. So let's just go ahead and explore now, shall we? There we go. Maker's Mark Wood Finishing Series 2022 release, BRT 1 and 2. Our fourth Maker's Mark Wood Finishing Series may be the easiest way to taste through the rack house. The name BRT was given to these expressions because of the influence our consistent practice of hand barrel rotation, BRT, and temperature has on our whiskey process. Made to be enjoyed as a pair, BRT-01 is inspired by the tasting notes found at the hotter top of the rack house, and BRT-02 is inspired by tasting notes found at the cooler bottom. Together, they give people the unique opportunity to experience where the characteristics responsible for our original Maker's Mark come from, so they can reach a new level of understanding of whiskey. Now that's freaking cool. I like this. This is true. Just like this is what the top of the rick house produces. This is what the bottom of the produce. Come on, this is cool. This is awesome. Because there's twice the taste, but a limited number of bottles, it would be wise to ask your local retailer about availability near you. Oh, okay, we need to figure that out. I'm looking. So BRT-01 tasting notes: aroma, caramel and butterscotch mixed with a sweet spice finish, warm and toasty, paired with hints of honey taste, bright brown sugar and stone fruit. Proof 109.4. Cool. Here's another little breakdown in education in barrel rotation to achieve the taste of Maker's Mark. And it tastes good. We've always hand rotated our barrels from the top to the bottom of our rack house. That's something that maybe is common knowledge, but something I learned while I was there. You go on a tour, they show you, but for sure when we went there for a private select, you really understand that they want consistency. That's the thing with them, and that's what they talk about is consistency. And they don't like a whole lot of, well, this one came from this rack and this rick and this row and it tasted this way, and well, guess what, here's some honey. No, they're all the friggin' same. So this is a cool way, though, for them to diversify their standard flavor profile. BRT-01 is inspired by the hotter top of the rack house and uses American oak staves to dial up the flavors developed over the first 3 years of extraction. So, like all of them, 10 virgin oak staves, they dip down in there and let it mingle around, and then they keep it. I'm guessing they just kept these in the top. So let's go to the BRT-02. Aroma, seasoned oak nuttiness combined with molasses. Yeah. Still excited. Actually really like that label. Honestly, I like that orange. Just fall, fall time. Ha! Perfect. Taste, prevalent dark fruit and chocolate with baking spices. This sounds like it's going to be freaking incredible. Long, viscous and round finish, and cask strength of 109.4. So they're the same. They're both 109.4. So interesting. So here we go. Education in hand barrel to achieve the taste of Maker's Mark. Blah, blah, blah. We've already read that. BRT-02 is inspired by the cooler bottom of the wreck house and uses French oak staves. Bing, bing, bing. There's a little kicker. French oak staves in the cooler bottom. And the BRT-01 is American oak. So that's an interesting little thing you might just breeze on, you don't realize. To dial up flavors developed over its final years of reaction. They word those differently. Because at the top, it says the flavors developed over the first 3 years of extraction. Over its final years. So, I'm trying to pick up what they're putting down. Maybe, I don't know, they throw in the French oak at the end. And then up here sounds like they throw American oak staves in there for 3 years. Interesting. It's interesting. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. And then if you scroll down, you can see the whole wood finishing. It shows you everything about it. So pretty cool. Limited time tribute to our one-of-a-kind taste. So pretty cool. There is over here on the Maker's Mark Instagram page. Yeah, social media. Again, they're posting cool stuff over there. I couldn't really find it on the website, but they posted these pretty cool videos. I'm not going to play them here because I don't know if I'm allowed. You know, I am an ambassador. I have a t-shirt, but won't play them. Go and check them out. It just kind of says the same thing that we talked about, how they do it, except for there's some pretty awesome B-roll. We love B-roll. We love cinematography over here. Very cool little videos they did over it on the Instagram page. So, you know, awesome. They're finally coming. So my final thoughts about this, I wanted to talk about, you know, people were asking me, where do you think these BRTs are? What do you think about Denny and Jane leaving Maker's Mark? Like, what are your thoughts? We know you love Maker's Mark, and I do. So, of course, I have thoughts and opinions on that. Let me pull this off the screen here. So my final thoughts are, one, I was starting to think maybe with Jane and Denny leaving, I don't know, maybe they were delaying the BRT. It seems more so that they wanted to release them as a pair. It makes sense. It's just, there's two parts of the rag house and they want to show it. So why not put them out together? That makes sense to me. My thoughts on Denny and Jane leaving, the short version, because I could talk about this quite a bit. Denny leaving. Denny is an amazing master distiller. I personally think, you know, in the article, they're talking about consistency of flavor. I don't think there's as much room at Maker's Mark for a master distiller to be creative. And if you're a distiller, you are an artist, you're a creator, you want to do unique things. I think with them wanting to be so consistent and so like, this is us, this is Makers, for someone like him, maybe it's like, hey, I want to go branch out and do something where I can really influence and do different releases. You know, like all these other companies are putting out a new label like at least once a year. It's just crazy. I think the bigger thing, the bigger, whatever you want to call it, is Jane leaving, because she was the head of the wood finishing series. So at first I was like, well, crap, now that's the head of that leaving. What is it going to be like moving forward? Whoever comes in there, do they have the same vision? Are they going to want the same things? Like, this is creative and fun stuff. Until I realized that when I went on the private select at Maker's Mark, they really talked about Jane's involvement in the wood finishing series, and it's crazy. Like, this is planned out. This isn't something, well, what are we going to do for 2023? They're looking at, what are we going to do for 2032? So it's really planned out. I mean, obviously this stuff has been aging. This has already been made. They're looking to what can we put to rest now. So I don't think if we will see a change in the wood finishing series style for whoever comes in to take her place, we won't see that until years from now, whenever the stuff they create and blend together and throw different weird woods into, until it matures. So that being said, I'm hopeful. It's Maker's Mark. They're huge. They're going to get someone awesome, and they're going to get someone for a distiller and someone to take this over. I imagine they're going to want to continue this as successfully as it has been. So that's my thoughts on it. They want to go and do different things. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited to see what they come up with and what they go and do. And I'm excited to see what's the future for Maker's Mark. So there we have it. The new Maker's Mark 2022 BRTs 1 and 2. They're coming out. Freaking excited. God. One of my most anticipated bottles each year. I get them all. I get multiple. I love them. So that is it for this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Check out the links for the Patreon page and all that stuff. If you want exclusive bourbon ranch barrel picks, glasses, all sorts of cool things. Woo! I'm out of here. I'm your host, Trev Wilson. Another episode of Booze News. I'll see you next one. Drink freaking Maker's Mark. Let's go.